Yo guys, welcome to my new channel Football World 2021. I'm your host Keith. In this channel, we do players rating, pre-match prediction, post-match analysis, live commentaries, and potential transfer. At the moment, we are doing a series of videos on Euros 2020. I will be joined by Gustav as our host.
Hi everyone, I'm Gustav.
Let's start by doing a brief preview on Group A and Group B. This will be followed by more videos on the rest of the groups. So please subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell to make sure that you are not missing out of any further videos. Just before we start the preview of the Italian squad, I just want to make it clear that the players' performance in the season of 2020-21 will be a major factor that I will consider when rating them. This might result in players who didn't perform well or only played less than 10 matches in the last season, not being as highly rated as people first expected.
Alright, let's start with Italian squad, which has one very decent goalkeeper, Donnarumma. He's good at stopping shots but may not contribute to the team a lot when organizing attacks. The Italian defenders are mostly good, despite having several highly experienced veterans. His defense is lacking in pace and elite players. However, due to the essence of Pedrera and Jorginho in the midfield alongside, the team as a whole is highly disciplined and tends to stay compact. Italy is unlikely of constantly being exposed to dangerous attacks. When it comes to attacking players, Italy has two decent strikers, Belotti and Immobile. Both can be great threats attacking wise, especially having midfielders who can make accurate and clever passes into the final third. However, being weak on the wings may allow the strikers to be more easily marked by the opposition side, which might make it difficult for Italy to score lots of goals. In my opinion, it's safe to say that Italy is still a decent team and should qualify for the round of 16.
Zouma has been Switzerland's #1 choice goalkeeper for a few years already. The one thing that he is good at is passing of the ball, but recently he has been consistently poor. With Mvogo have limited game time, the goalkeeper position should be considered as a major weakness of the Swiss team. Defensive-wise, Switzerland doesn't have a top-class player. Ikanji is probably the only decent defender, but it is likely of being paired with other average defenders, and this shall increase his burden. This midfield area is the strongest in the Swiss team. Players like Zakaria, Xhaka and Fleurer can provide Switzerland with strong defensive and creativity. Apart from that, there are few good midfielders can provide deep of the team. They can also act as sub coming off the bench when substitutions are needed. Attacking wise, Switzerland has a good striker like Seferovic and Gnavrovic, but doesn't have good players that can play from the wide spaces. So overall, Switzerland has an okay team that is strong in midfield and able to challenge the round of 16.
Turkey has three goalkeepers of similar level and age. Neither of them is particularly poor, but they can all be described as somewhat average. Moving on to the centre backs, three newly emerged young quality centre backs, Demiral, Suyongju and Kabak, have been quite consistent, with Jelik a decent fullback. Turkey does have a relatively good defensive line. However, it is likely that they may struggle in the areas of defensive midfield, central midfield and wingers, as Yonkuslu and Under are unlikely of adding top quality into the team. The weaknesses in these areas could be fatal for Turkey in attempts to reach any stage higher than the round of 16. There can be limited good building up play from the Turkish side while leaving its defensive line exposed. Attacking-wise, several creative players such as Johan Noglu and Yazici and forwards of top quality like Yilmaz and a few other young players. Turkey is highly likely of entering the round of 16. Overall, Turkey as a whole is lacking in experience. Some inexperienced player can be making errors, especially when the pressure of playing in a competition like the Euros is high.
Wales doesn't have good goalkeepers. It's most likely featuring goalkeeper which is Hennessy. It's not a player who plays regularly on a club level, while this is also the case for Wall. Wales has average centre-backs, no commanding figure at the back nor at the midfield. The midfield is pretty average as well, apart from the attackers. The only positive things for Wales is just their fullback Connor Roberts, Nico Williams and Ben Davies. These players can play some important roles in the building up play to assist their attackers to create some chances. Bale is most likely playing the most important role in attack, mostly because of his great finishing skills and pace, with the service of some creative players such as Ramsey and Harry Wilson. Wales might find their way to open scoring. Overall, Wales will be most likely to drop out from Group A.
Belgium has one very good goalkeeper, Courtois, with his second choice goalkeeper, Mignolet, being average but with some experience. The level of most of Belgian defenders is either average or above average. Denayer is the only quality centre-back, but he has limited experience in major competitions and therefore may not perform well in the higher stages in the Euros. Other centre-backs such as Alderweireld and Vertonghen are experienced and at similar levels. It's most likely that this trio will start together if Belgium shall play with three at the back, which most likely they would. One possible weakness that Belgium has is their wing backs, since most of them have been constantly playing out of their natural position on a club level. In the midfield, they have two excellent players, Browner and Tielemans, that can create a lot of chances for the attackers to score plenty of goals. However, if one of them is injured, then the level of attack of the team may have the chance to be degraded. However, most of the attackers are of top class, so overall, Belgium is the very good team and is among one of the most popular teams to win this competition.
Denmark has three keepers of various levels of quality. Being the best keeper in the whole team, Schmeichel has been Denmark's #1 choice for more than 6 years already. Despite his aging and starting to make some mistakes, he is still a top-class keeper that has been making a lot of important saves to secure some points. During the last season, most of the Danish defenders, both the centre-backs and the full-backs, have been at the most time giving pretty average performance at the club level. There are also a lack of leadership. Fatal mistakes may sometimes occur, especially when the opposition are pressing too high. However, Denmark has a strong midfield with two experienced top-class players, Højbjerg and Eriksen, contributing defending and attacking-wise. They can be accompanied with other players who can provide depth to the team. One obvious drawback is that without much good attacking players apart from Eriksen, it's relatively easy for the opposite team to freeze Eriksen to give Denmark few chances to generate good chances to open scoring. Overall, Denmark has an average team, but with the limited resources, they were able to win a lot of matches against smaller teams with a high score, but they can struggle to win against strong side as well.
Before start talking about the Finnish squad, I want to explain why there might be a lack of details given in this preview, which is the fact that many players in this squad play club football in Finland and Sweden, where unlike most of the major European leagues, i.e. the Premier League and Serie A, in Finland and Sweden, domestic leagues start from April, which means that many of the Finnish players have only played a few games in this calendar year, making their stats hard to analyze. Finland has one OK goalkeeper, Haratski, and two other goalkeepers that are of poor quality. Our understanding is that they don't have a specific style of play, but tends to be quite conservative. However, most of their centre-backs and full-backs are average. Some of them are poor. It also seems like there's the absence of a leader to help the team when they are under pressure. In midfield, Kamara shall be the core because of his relative superior quality and experience, but only in comparison to most of his teammates. Both him and Pukki should be very important for Finland. Overall, Finland has a poor team with only a few players capable of competing at this level. They might have the possibility of not even score one single goal throughout the competition.
Russia has 3 keepers of similar qualities, none of them is poor. Defender-wise, their centre-backs are average. They don't have any leader in the defensive side. Right-back Karavayev is the better defender in the team. He has some quality, but left-back Kudryavtsov is very poor, had no assist or goal during the last season. Most of the defenders cannot defend well, making the team easy to concede. Russia has a poor defensive midfield and average centre midfielders. This is the beneficial for neither just to starting its building up play nor to holding on the play. However, Golovin and Miranchuk would probably play important roles in the team. Mostly is to bring creativity. Both of them also played well during the past season. Attacking wise, Russia doesn't have many wingers, while unfortunately all the wingers they have played poor during the past season. Their main striker, Juba, played very well in both the last season and the 2018 World Cup. He will probably be the top goal scorer for Russia. Overall, Russia is probably not good enough to compete in a competition like the Euros. They should score some goals, but at the same time, they can be easy to concede. Thank you for watching this video. Any thoughts do you have? Please feel free to comment down below and do give this a video thumbs up and share to your friend as well. Also, please follow my Instagram, Keith22_YT, for my daily life with some football information. Bye bye.